Like we can make it a bit where I just stall for time forever in the introduction. I've got like 5 packs of barbecue sauce. That might help.
5 packs of barbecue sauce.
Yeah, man. Sucks too. I'm gonna have some of this ketchup. Hey, Internet! Welcome to a brand new thing that's totally different from anything else we've ever done on Highway 47 Productions, and all of that,
Totally
is completely
different.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. All of that is a total lie. This is just a different set of commentaries. We're going to start the Orville tonight, which is really exciting, but it's really just the same old stuff we always do. So we're glad you're here to join us with us this evening or this day or whatever time you're listening along with us today. I am Shaggy B, and we've got the usual crew here with us. Say hello to Draco Funk. Draco, say hello to the people.
Hello to the people.
Howdy, people. That's Draco Funk, and along with us, no longer in my house because the last episode we recorded was the one where he was visiting. We've got Scrodrick.
Howdy, howdy.
There he is. And we're here to start the Orville for you. That's Seth MacFarlane's answer to being rejected by CBS and Paramount for the rights to start a Star Trek episode. So he went out and decided to do Star Trek better than Star Trek was doing it.
I have a question for you.
All right, what you got?
Before you actually saw any of this, what were your thoughts on it?
I was optimistic. I respect Seth MacFarlane's work. I think we've all kind of outgrown Family Guy and that sort of humor a little bit. I mean, it's still funny, but it's a little tired at this point. But he's obviously talented, and it was always public that he had a big love for Star Trek, and I knew the origin. I knew that he was had wanted to do a Star Trek series, and so I was always really optimistic that this would end up being something really good. What about you, Scrodrick?
Yeah, I mean, I always knew he was a Star Trek fan, especially, with the cameos he did on Enterprise. I was a little worried, trying to sell a sci-fi show to Fox executives hasn't always worked out well, given the way Firefly was treated, which was one of my favorite shows. Yeah, but, I'm really happy with the way at least the first season turned out overall. Granted, this first episode has some moments in it that are kind of worthy for me, but luckily that was hopefully just to sell it to Fox execs, and it's went up from there.
Well, and I mean, you can take that and apply it to most pilot episodes, right? If you look at Encounter at Farpoint from The Next Generation, I mean, there's good God, there's some stuff in there, right?
Oh no, absolutely.
Yeah, so you can't judge a series based wholly on its pilot. Obviously, it has to be good enough to pass muster for the executives. But I wanted to comment.
Some of the promotion material they did was kind of like, is this what it's going to be all the time? And no, it isn't.
Right.
I think they kind of wanted to sell it like it was, but it's not. And I'm glad it's not like they tried to sell it.
Well, it's like that, Seth MacFarlane from Family Guy, so we got to make all the commercials about fart jokes and whatever.
Marketing.
Exactly, and nothing ruins anything better than advertising does. There's a great story about that from one of the DVD interviews on one of the special editions of Star Trek 3, where and if spoiler alert, the Enterprise gets destroyed in Star Trek 3, and yeah, so when we watch that in like 2 years from now, but anyway, so. I think it was, whoever. I mean, Leonard Nimoy directed it, and some other production people that had been on Star Trek forever. They wanted to keep that under wraps until it went out to theaters, and they told everybody, "Don't let this out. Don't let this out. Be protective." First trailer goes out. First words in it: "The destruction of the Enterprise," and then there's the exploding Enterprise. So It's been going on forever. Really, really has. I wanted to comment on, your you mentioned Firefly, and there's been a saying for a while that the way to tell whether a sci-fi series is any good is whether or not Fox has canceled it. The faster it gets canceled, the better it is. So yeah. Has there been a like an IMDb rating or anything for these episodes? Do you have that with you?
I do. Imagine that. Like, I'm on the ball.
You are, man.
This has an IMDb rating of 7.4.
So that is slightly worse than Next Generation episode 13 Data Lore, right?
Yeah, I need to make a spreadsheet that has all these on it.
Yeah, you're going to have to, because I'm going to keep messing with you until you do.
Because what I've been doing is like opening IMDb and like furiously like hitting back or forwards.
Because I'm like, oh yeah, and wasn't that this thing? And you're like, oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, this episode aired September 10th of 2017. So, wow, it's over a year ago. It doesn't seem like that long.
What were you doing on September 10th, 2017? What day of the week was that?
I feel like it was a Sunday.
Yeah, I was just clicking through the Windows calendar. Yeah, September 10th was a Sunday.
Wow, look how good I am.
Yeah. So I was probably horribly depressed about having to work the next day, and
yeah, me too.
17 was a rough year for me. It just was in general.
And I was probably at work.
Yeah. We can't remember where we were for Next Generation, and for this, we're just boring.
I mean,
But being boring is really why we're doing this. We do this because we need more friends, and we have each other, but we're hundreds of miles apart. So we're watching TV together virtually, and we're inviting you to join us.
So, in joining us, we are watching this on Hulu.
Which I wanted to ask you guys, because this is the first time I've had a real Hulu account, because the last time I used Hulu was when you had the free option where you could watch ads. So did you pay extra for the non-commercial version?
I did.
I did as well, because I was like, I don't know if they did or not, so I'm just going to do this so I don't have to mess with it later.
I did as well. Well, let me rephrase that. I told my wife that, hey, we might be doing this. 5 minutes later, she's like, yeah, I signed us up for Hulu. She kind of wanted a Hulu account and didn't have a really good excuse, and I gave her one, so she...
Jump right on that.
Yep.
Well, hey, now we have it. So if you're watching this on Hulu, we don't really know what to tell you about ads, because we're not going to see any. I hope
is there an intro skip?
Oh, God, I don't know.
We don't know. So if there's one, don't click it. Or, oh God, hopefully it isn't an auto intro skip. I'm afraid now.
This should work out well with the DVD version. We will give some extra hints to help you sync up if you should need to. And what we're going to do right now is hover our mouses over the play button. If you're watching this on a Roku, you can start the episode, hit pause, and then back it up to 0.
And in fact, the Hulu button, if it does autoplay on a PC at least, the 10-second rewind button will stop at the beginning if you need to use that too.
That's what I did.
Same here.
Good tip. Thank you.
So once again, we are watching the Orville Season 1, Episode 1, Old Wounds.
All right. This, for real, is no doubt the Orville Season 1, Episode 1, and we are starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Earth 2418.
I kind of feel like the copper would have dissolved away on the statue by then.
Yeah, they used future technology to, future-proof it.
Space Scotch-Brite. I love that he has racing seats in his, autopod.
And that chair he has no arms. Like in his living room, I would just fall out of that thing so much.
Maybe he's a cello player. Ruh-roh. Can you show that on TV?
Autofacial.
I feel like there's a couple things that they should talk about.
Probably. Bank accounts.
Too late now.
The title for your autopod.
The Orville.
What an uplifting and hopeful start to this brand new sci-fi series about the magic of space. Wait, no.
What's that sound effect from?
I don't know.
That's a sound effect from StarCraft. That's what it is.
Okay.
Why do you have a thing of marbles on your desk?
I wonder how many takes it took him to spit that into the bowl.
If I did that once, I'd be fired.
I wonder if they notice if I did. Let's not test it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would notice.
I wonder what he's really been doing for the past year.
Crying into his beer. His name is Mercer. Oh, hey, they have a holodeck.
That really looks like fun.
It really does, actually. So when does the kid come out and splash water on him?
Uh,
I'm never telling you if I see a ladybug. That's right, all the spaceships look like shoehorns. Those are legit just like Those are either car racing seats or no, those are like gaming computer chairs, aren't they?
Drinking a beer? Huh.
Drunk driving jokes. Yay.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's about a size 8.
And a penis.
Rainbow penis with a unicorn on it.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think of the design of the ship?
No, it's something different.
It is, yeah. That may have been an ad right there for those of you with the ad version. Because women, right?
Yeah. How long is that one trip?
3 days. Used to be a smuggler.
For the Maquis?
Yeah.
Used to have her own ship, though.
Yeah.
Didn't she marry like some space station commander or something?
She did.
Must not have worked out, because here she is.
But then he got absorbed by God.
Oh yeah.
Because your conversation with the black navigator wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like
Didn't even have to censor that because it cut out when you said that.
It has been raining here, and my internet is notorious for cutting out when it rains.
Ah, true. Their names like scan well together.
Wouldn't it be blown in space?
That's on Star Trek. This is different.
Mm. Do you smell your shoes?
No, I don't.
I have within the last couple weeks.
Just started, huh?
I've been like, yeah, something smells weird. Is it my shoes? No, it's not my shoes. What the
Oh, yeah.
No, somebody leaked on me at work, probably. I don't know.
I sometimes worry about that happening.
Yeah, I'm usually pretty good, you know.
I can see that.
They've kept the space tradition of the Doctor having a longer shirt than everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have the lab coat.
The space chairs.
Oh, that's pretty cool that there isn't like a docking latch. It's just like clamped onto the thing.
What do you think of the soundtrack, Shaggy?
I've been trying to decide what I think of it. It fits in with sort of the space opera genre really well, but I think it's almost to the point of being stereotypical. And I think a better composer would have written something that was more memorable without hitting all of the buttons that say, "Okay, I've heard this trope before," you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's got the 6/8 rhythm. The instrumentation is very Star Trek, but like kind of not. I don't want to say it's brass heavy, but it's trumpet heavy.
I feel like he really, really wanted to say engage.
He did, yeah. And do the hand signal. The Picard fastball. Blown up.
That's never good.
Oh. I love they got Norm Macdonald to play a blob.
And thank goodness for cheap CGI.
Um, I kind of understand his point, though.
Well, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want that either if I were him. One thing this series has over Star Trek is we get to see the inside of every shuttle bay. Oh, yeah.
Is that a Wright Brothers flyer model?
It is, actually, yeah. Like, Orville Wright.
Yeah, I remember so many fan discussions where like, "Oh, is it named after Orville Redenbacher?" No, you moron.
No.
So the saucer section would actually be just a frying pan,
Oh.
Har, 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 har.
Hmm.
Just gonna put this out there. She deserved that. He still sucks, but
Yeah, I mean, everybody has their flaws.
Oh yeah, yeah. But she at
Yeah.
least deserved the dressing down.
Well, have fun.
What do you think of their uniforms?
They're a lot closer to what I hoped Enterprise uniforms, the uniforms on NX-01 Enterprise would be.
I can see that.
Yeah, no, I'm a fan. There's actually pretty decent knockoffs on Amazon.
I believe it. The shoulder ranks are interesting, and it's interesting to me how the rank insignia are like the same as Star Trek.
Although earlier the scene where they were in the office, I noticed some writing on the right shoulder of Captain Mercer's uniform.
I'm gonna have to look at that when he comes back on.
Like it was on the front, like bezel of the little metal shoulder piece.
Holy
Gazwang.
that was an unexpected trumpet.
That kind of was, yeah.
I feel like you'd want to come out of FTL not that close to a planet.
We have no idea how their FTO works, though.
Yeah, I mean, good enough to do that.
Hey, there's a dog licking himself.
We don't even need to be here. Like,
No, I mean, what?
they're doing our job for us.
They do use a lot of trumpet.
They do, and I mean, with most sci-fi, it's like French horns. It's mid and low range brass.
Yeah.
What do I know that actor from?
What, that actor? Dr. Bashir's dad on Deep Space Nine.
Okay.
And I'm sure other things, but that's the first thing I know.
He wasn't Cyrano Jones from The Trouble with Tribbles, was he? No, not Cyrano Jones. The Klingon agent.
I don't.
What was his name? Darvis. I'll look that up.
There's only some like database.
Yeah, like some sort of internet database about movies and TV shows.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
It gets you high as and transports you to another dimension.
I wonder if they knew that they were going to use tardigrades on Discovery when they filmed this.
I mean, the whole tardigrade thing on Discovery is a giant ripoff of like an indie game that's really weird. I read an article about.
Still looking for stuff this guy's done.
He's only in one episode of Deep Space Nine.
Ah, okay.
Banana for comparison. I meant to say scale, but comparison came out.
It's kind of like scale.
No.
No, clearly they don't.
God damn it!
The heat death of the universe within our lifetimes. To use it as a weapon. I'd like to see a banana tree in the middle of this room.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh.
Back from commercial if you have commercials.
Oh, it's a gun. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Derek.
Derek's.
Damn it, Derek.
His name is Ashton, too. His name is Derek Ashton.
Ah!
Aww. She just screamed for 75 years.
Why is it always the destroyer? Like, destroyers are not really that big.
Yeah, but a cruiser would kill them instantly.
So one thing I don't get about sci-fi shows is most of them don't understand, like, naval designations.
Well, I'd imagine they have to be a little different for space, right?
No.
I mean, I'm just throwing that out there. I don't really know.
Or, flagships not being parts of fleets.
That's true, yeah. Or having flag officers on them.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. You should have done that earlier.
Well, she didn't want to get shot. No.
Yeah, we figured that out.
That would kill you. Maybe have the scientist do that? The guy who knows how it's put together? Or we'll just play like an RPG where the hero has to make all the motions. The expert stands there.
No, you're doing it wrong. No. Oh, God.
They're bigger than you.
A little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if they were actually speaking Klingon. Oh, Chief of Security. I should be at the front where the fighting is. That is such a Star Trek hallway.
Oh, and they have one person there that has experience fighting the Jem'Hadar, so that works.
It's like making the donkey's
It
back.
is.
It's like making the ship move some so it doesn't get hit all the time.
Man, this guy knows some maneuvers.
I mean, I get, budget and effects limitations, but, always just the ship's just sitting there slugging it out, not moving.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of how naval battles go for the most part.
However, naval battles are in the water.
That's also true.
These are spaceships with incredibly advanced propulsion technologies and no air resistance or water resistance to deal with.
Yeah, instead of just like trying to, okay.
I mean, that worked. Stupid kid, do a thing.
I'm surprised they didn't play like the sound effect from the
like Super Mario World.
What was that? The $1 Million Man or $6 million man or something?
Fire up your $600 gaming chair. Part of me wants to find out what chair that is and like buy one. Man, how come my seatbelts don't have LEDs on them? That's right, because I don't drive a shoehorn.
I was going to say, I think they're DX racers.
Okay.
Which are pretty, popular.
I don't see an all-white DX Racer model. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist, but I don't see it.
I mean, they could probably reupholster them pretty easily. Better than trying to build something from scratch.
That's true.
Uh-oh. How did nobody notice him?
He's very sneaky.
He is.
Sneaky McSneakerson butt chin,
Make good pale man.
Ow.
Hug the donkey harder. Torpedoes. Yeah, I've known you for like half an hour. Like threading a needle in a hurricane with all your fingers missing because you're missing an engine too. Now get your air gun and shoot Cybok before. Oh, wait.
Wait, who's flying?
I mean, it's not exactly in one piece.
Yeah, true.
It could be worse.
God needs a starship.
That's right.
Oh, wait.
You know what I mean?
Oh, it's like Chekhov's anti-banana ray. Get it?
It's about to age off. He's pulled it out of his butt because he ate a bunch earlier.
Standing right there. No.
It's like a space glue gun.
It is.
Have you ever made a macaroni man?
No.
Have not.
It's kind of outside my field of expertise.
Do you have a glue gun?
Yes.
Do you have macaroni?
Do you have a glue gun and macaroni?
I have Rotini.
Close enough.
Rotini Man sounds like a terrible superhero.
Oh, I really want you to make a Rotini man now.
I mean, we can all be Martini Man, though.
That's true.
Wouldn't the tree need something to germinate into?
Nah.
I mean, maybe that hot glue is like the best nutritional source ever.
Well, remember how they're like a really healthy snack. You know, they're just packed with nutrition.
Yeah.
Ah.
Happy Arbor Day is better.
Yeah.
We're all Ed Mercer, aren't we?
Yep.
Oh.
The rest of the first season is them sitting in the office with while their ship gets repaired.
Yeah.
And then the window like blows out.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Just a second.
Wait.
Guys. Just hang on. Yes. Very.
Ambiguous answer.
Hmm.
Can I come try one of them tasty marbles, Admiral?
Hmm.
She knew all along.
Yeah. Skrodrick, what are your thoughts?
Oh, like I said, probably of the first season, this was my least favorite episode just because of the shoehorning of
The shoehorns?
marketing humor. Well, the shoehorns themselves weren't bad. I like the design of the ships. But it does have, promise. I'm really looking forward to season 2.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That sounds so sarcastic when you say it that way. I am looking forward to season 2.
Well, once again, that, whole getting sick in September and then not going to the doctor really probably wasn't the smartest move, but I am slowly still getting over it. But no, this show, I like the humor. This episode in particular, a little more overboard than I would prefer, but it gets better.
I agree.
I think they had a premise, right? They started with the idea of what they wanted the show to look like after 10 episodes or after a season. And they had to, at the last minute, come up with a way to put all that into place in 45 minutes. That's the impression I get from this episode. And I mean, they pull it off. But yeah.
I think Fox especially has a really bad history of not letting shows stretch themselves out. Like they just don't want to give the artistic freedom to any of their shows.
Oh yeah, they're like, oh, this isn't. Yeah, and they're like, oh, this isn't an immediate hit. We better find something else.
Yeah.
Think of what was it? The first episode of Family Guy after they came back from being canceled, where they listed the giant list of shows that had been canceled.
Yep. Well, and every time they revive Futurama, it was revived by some other entity other than Fox, and they would take huge pot shots at Fox for canceling the show, even though it was popular.
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of fortunate that maybe what we're seeing is Seth MacFarlane's experience in dealing with Fox, and that he knew how to sell the thing. Yeah. And yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to doing the next episode with you guys, and I hope everybody
certainly
else enjoyed this. And
yeah, good things to come. We'll be back at this. This episode will go out
sometime.
We don't know yet. But when it does, you can expect the next one probably a week later.
That's our plan.
That's the plan. Woo-hoo! And as always, Star Trek: The Next Generation every Friday goes live at noon Eastern time, Eastern U.S. time. So that's 4 p.m.
GMT.
Yeah, or whatever time zone you're in. So enjoy that, and we're always doing one-offs. Once a month or so, depending on how often we get a chance to do it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the release of our next holiday special.
Yes, and I need to get on that and get that edited on. I'll try to get that done over the weekend.
Perfect. And Scrodrick, always good having you here.
I thank you. I'm on vacation right now, and I'm already getting tons of work texts asking me our normal recording days, and I'm going to tell them things.
Which means we'll see Scrodrick sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next time.
Night, everybody.
Take it easy.